The Double H Ranch in Lake Luzerne is famous for putting smiles on the faces of critically ill children. But this past week, as they have for 10 years now, they did more than that. They really did the impossible, giving children on ventilator support a chance to forget about the special equipment that keeps them alive and let them just be kids. I spent a day I'll never forget with these brave youngsters and their fearless and incredibly generous volunteer staff at a camp really unlike any other in the country. Kids in camp go together like air and breathing. It's just that at Camp Inspiration, the kids and the camp and the air and the breathing is a little more complicated.
I thought it was going to be some crappy camp at first.
12-year-old Aubrey is from outside Boston.
It just blew me away.
Like the 13 other campers taking part in Camp Inspiration, Aubrey's life-saving breath is controlled by a ventilator. You're more likely to think ICU than summer camp when you hear that. But for the past 10 years, the Double H has thrown every resource at these very special campers to help them forget for a couple of days the limits of their bodies and allow them to literally defy gravity.
We have no boundaries. If they want to try it and they're medically cleared to do it, we're going to let them try it.
That's why one of the things we love is the indoor pool, because they float. They get a chance to feel weightless. And these children have weight on them all the time.
And it doesn't take you long to figure out that every single experience you and I take for granted, no matter how small, is a brand new adventure for the kids here this week. There's Mary souping up the car she will race later in the day, and Anthony walking Arthur the donkey at the Happy Barn, and Asa splashing with his counselors in the indoor pool.
A lot of parents like to bubble wrap their kids, like to just protect them because of their special needs, but you shouldn't.
But parents like Kate Nelson have learned that breaking through that bubble wrap has not only allowed her daughter Mary to do the impossible, but to grow as a person.
I think seeing kids that are just like her and knowing, hey, this is normal, everybody's the same, I think it's given her confidence and strength and just courage.
It took years of planning and jumping logistical hurdles, along with an enormous team of trained volunteer staff, mainly from Albany Med, to pull this off.
We have to have small intensive care units roaming around the campgrounds.
We're all trained in advanced pediatric life support. It's a lot of what we do at work anyway, and we're just going to bring it outside.
But the rewards are incalculable. Anthony uses his hands to speak, and when I ask him about the zip line, what was it like? The answer is immediate. F-R-E-E.
I really think the children are built up to their full potential and feel like that full amazing person that they are inside that maybe everyday people can't necessarily see.
And while I wanted to feature the campers in my story, special credit must go to the Army of Volunteers under the direction of Dr. Ray Walsh and Tim Carey, who make this camp work. There's a nurse and respiratory therapist available 24/7 for each child at camp. They give up their time and their considerable talents to do this, and I believe that they look forward to Camp Inspiration each year as much as the children do.